Okay, so in the previous video, we are already done with bone, which is a skeletal tissue. Now it's time for the second type of skeletal tissue, and that is none other than cartilage. Cartilage falls under specialized connective tissue, and under specialized connective tissue, cartilage is a part of skeletal tissue. Why? Because it forms the skeletal, it is a part of skeletal system of human body. That's why. Okay, so here what we are going to do is study cartilage, but at the same time also compare the features of bone and cartilage and how they are different. Okay, cartilage is a skeletal tissue which contains cells and matrix. So the cells present in cartilage are, so there are three major types of cells present in cartilage. The first is chondroblast, where chondro means cartilage and blast means precursor cells. So chondroblast are those cells that give rise to cartilage cells or chondrocytes, as well as secrete matrix around it. It is the same, its function is similar as that of osteoblast found in bones. Second is chondrocyte, where chondro means cartilage and cyte means cells. So these are your cartilage cells. The same way osteocytes are your bone cells. And finally, there's fibroblast. These are the fiber secreting cells. Along these cells, along with the fiber secreted by fibroblast, are present on a matrix. The matrix contains inorganic part and organic part the same way a bone has. So there's your inorganic salt, the inorganic salt present in bone where calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate together known as hydroxyapatite. In cartilage, the inorganic salt present is chondroitin salts. So or the salts of cartilage. And then your organic salt. In bone, matrix was made up of the matrix contained protein osin. Similarly, in cartilage as well, there's presence of chondrin protein in matrix or the cartilage protein. Okay, so what I have here is a piece of cartilage. I'm gonna take a slice of this piece of cartilage and zoom in. Zoom in. This is what it looks like. In case of bone, the outermost covering of the bone was known as periosteum, where peri means periphery and osteum referred to bone. Similarly, in case of cartilage as well, there's the outermost covering known as perichondrium, where peri means periphery and chondrium refers to cartilage. So this layer is present around your cartilage. This as well is made up of fibrous tissue, so provides protection. In case of bone, there were two layers, the outer periosteum and inner endosteum. However, in cartilage, there is presence of only one layer, and that is perichondrium. Inner to periosteum, there is a layer of osteoblast cells. Similarly, inner to perichondrium as well, there is a layer of chondroblast cells, where chondro refers to cartilage and blast refers to precursor cells. So these cells give rise to cartilage cells or chondrocytes. So a layer of chondroblast cells. From this chondroblast cells layer, a chondroblast comes out and secretes matrix around it. This right here is your chondroblast. This chondroblast secretes matrix around it. And then, after secreting matrix around it, the chondroblast no longer is known as chondroblast. It is known as chondrocyte or the cartilage cell. In case of bone, osteocytes were formed from osteoblast, and these osteocytes were present inside irregular empty spaces called lacuna. In case of cartilage, the chondrocytes are also present inside a space. However, this space is neither irregular nor empty. So there's a space inside which the chondrocyte is present, and the space is not empty. It is fluid-filled space, which is also known as lacuna. So in case of bone, the lacuna were the irregular empty spaces in which osteocyte was found. In cartilage, lacuna is the fluid-filled space where chondrocyte is found. In case of bone, the osteocytes were found singly in one single lacuna. However, in case of cartilage, multiple chondrocytes can be found in one single lacuna. So there's your fluid-filled lacuna, there's your fluid-filled lacuna, there's your fluid-filled lacuna, there's your fluid-filled lacuna, and then there's your fluid-filled lacuna. In this lacuna, there's single cell. However, in this lacuna, there are 3 chondrocytes. In this lacuna, there are 2 chondrocytes. In this lacuna as well, there are 3 chondrocytes. And in this lacuna as well, there are 3 chondrocytes. And inside lacuna, the space is filled with a fluid. Okay, so these cells inside lacuna are present on a matrix which has been secreted by chondroblast. Are we missing something? Yes. We are done with chondroblast. We are done with chondrocytes. But we are missing fibroblast. There are these cells with long protoplasmic processes. These are known as fibroblast because they secrete fibers. The types of fibers secreted by it are your white collagen fibers, which are found in bundles, and these white collagen fibers which are found in bundles are unbranched, as well as your yellow elastin fibers which are found singly and are actually branched. So there's your white fiber, and then there's your yellow fiber which are also present on matrix, which consists of inorganic salt, chondroitin salt, and organic substance, chondrin protein. Okay, so on the basis of, let me write it, on the basis of type of matrix, cartilage can majorly be classified into 4 types. First is hyaline cartilage. In hyaline cartilage, there is presence of white fibers. However, the refractive index of these white fibers are the same as that of matrix, and the matrix itself is glass-like. So overall, the tissue looks like a glass or is transparent. Number 2 is fibrocartilage, where higher quantity of white fiber is found as compared to yellow fibers. So this fibrocartilage is found in those places where tensile strength is required. Then there's your elastin cartilage, which contains higher percentage of elastin fibers, as well as contain the property of elasticity due to the higher percentage of elastin fiber. And finally, there's your calcified cartilage, which is hyaline cartilage once it gets calcified. So due to the deposition of calcium salt in hyaline cartilage, we get calcified cartilage. So let's look at some of the basic properties of a cartilage. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 basic properties. Basic property number 1. Growth is unidirectional. What does that mean? In case of bones, there were 2 layers of osteoblast. There was one under periosteum and one above endosteum. However, in case of cartilage, there is only one layer of chondroblast, the one right below perichondrium. And this forms chondrocytes from only one direction. That means the growth of cartilage takes place in only one direction. That is, the growth is unidirectional. Okay? Second, avascular plus no nerves. The cartilage is avascular. That is, it is not supplied with blood vessels, as well as it is not supplied with nerve fibers or neurons. Then how does it survive? Because it contains living cells and they require oxygen and nutrition for survival. How do they get oxygen and nutrition? They get oxygen and nutrition by diffusion. For diffusion to take place, there has to be blood vessel around cartilage. Where is it present? The blood vessel, which provides oxygen and nutrition to the cartilage by diffusion, is present in perichondrium. So the cartilage is avascular, but perichondrium is indeed vascular. From here, oxygen and nutrition gets diffused. Not only that, perichondrium is also supplied with neurons. And the final point is, injury takes long time to heal. Since the cartilage is very slightly supplied with oxygen or supplied with blood due to the lack of sufficient oxygen and nutrition, it takes quite a long time for cartilage to heal. That's why during injury, cartilage takes maybe from months to year to finally recover. Okay, let me revise it for you. So we are done with bone as the skeletal tissue. Now we have cartilage as the skeletal tissue. Cartilage, they contain cells which are chondroblast, which gives rise to chondrocyte and secrete matrix. Chondrocyte, which are the cartilage cells, and fibroblast that form collagen and elastin fibers. Matrix contains inorganic and organic substance. Inorganic substance contains inorganic salts, which is chondroitin salt, and organic substance contains chondrin protein. A piece of cartilage would look something like this under a microscope. There is the outermost single covering, which is your periosteum, under which is a layer of chondroblast, which gives rise to chondrocyte by secreting matrix around it. Chondrocyte are found inside a space filled with fluid known as lacuna. Either one chondrocyte is found individually or multiple chondrocytes are found in group in one single fluid-filled lacuna. Along with chondrocytes, there are fibroblast cells that give rise to these white fibers and yellow fibers. The fibers and cells are present on a matrix. On the basis of the type of matrix present, cartilage can be classified into 4 types. There's your hyaline cartilage, where the matrix is glassy or transparent. There's your fibrocartilage, where due to the high percentage of white fibers has quite a bit of tensile strength. Then elastin cartilage, due to high percentage of elastin fibers, it has high elasticity. And calcified cartilage, which is hyaline cartilage, once it gets deposited by calcium salts. Some basic properties of cartilage are: number 1, growth is unidirectional due to only one surface containing layer of chondroblast. It is avascular as well as doesn't have any nerve supply. So it receives oxygen and nutrition from blood vessel present in perichondrium by the process of diffusion. Since there is limited supply of oxygen and nutrition due to cartilage being avascular, injury to cartilage can take quite a lot of time to heal. And that's it.